Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Monday, January the 8th, 2024. Monday, January the 8th. Mm, let me get on with it, y'all. Oh my goodness. Okay. Victor decides he's telling Adam and Nicholas the new pecking order. The new pecking order is they're both sharing Victoria's job. He says, you're both co CEOs. No one of you has more authority or autonomy than the other. See, isn't that what he should have did when the whole big upheaval was happening with Newman Media? I didn't get that. Why didn't he give all three of them equal autonomy? And he goes, you guys are going to work together. And Nicholas is like, that is if Adam decides, not to blah, 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 automatically Nicholas goes in. And Adam just looks at him because he goes, Dad, I absolutely can work together. I can. That is if Nicholas agrees. Well, so then he says, well, what's going to happen if there's something that comes up and we don't agree? He said, then you will bring it to me and I will make the final decision. And he should have added, like the kids you are, right? So Adam, he goes, I want you, the new company that we brought in, I want you to fold it under the Newman umbrella. Give me a working plan on it. Give me the prospectus and I want you to present it to me. And so Adam goes, oh, okay, we'll get right on it. Let me cancel the meeting that we have. I guess it was later tomorrow or later that day. And Victor says, postpone it. He goes, you're not going to postpone anything. He says, I want you both to work on it. And after lunch, present me the plan. And Adam's like, wait, what? And he goes, well, I guess we better get started. And Nicholas is sitting there. He goes, Adam walks by, he goes, you coming, Nick? You go ahead. I've got something I need to speak to Dad about. And Adam just looks at him and he goes, it's a personal matter. And Adam's like, yeah, sure. So he goes, well, I bet I'll get on it. So he leaves and shuts the door. And Nick says, really, Dad? Really? See, it wasn't no personal matter. He wanted to immediately start trying to pull a temper tantrum. How do you plan on this working, Dad? We don't know how long Victoria, he goes, when Victoria comes back, then what? Adam and I both do what? Victor says, for one thing, we don't know how long Victoria is going to be gone. We don't. So we're only going to deal with what's happening now. So you either can work with your brother or you don't. In other words, Adam could be co CEO by himself. Just saying, son. He should have said that, right? So Nicholas leaves. And then he and Adam end up meeting at Crimson Lights. And he goes, okay, what do you have? And Adam starts running down the perspective. See, and my whole thing is don't come in here running and talking like you the boss, Nick. We're equals. So what do you have? Right? And he was talking just with Adam's ideas. Nick was talking flip it and jerkish and jack ish, you know? And Adam's like, you know what? You're not even trying. And I guess we can just let Dad make the final decision if that's the way you want to play it. And then now Nick felt like the jack he is, right? And he goes, you're right. I'm acting like a jerk. Okay. I'll like I'll get professional now. I mean, come on now, Nick. I can't stand Nick Newman. I'll take Adam Newman every day of the week over Nick Newman. I really will. So um, Nick says something that he gave half a thought to. And Adam says, okay, okay. And then they were trying to come up with a name of folding the company in. And I'm thinking, look, come up with the business plan. Come up with, like Victor said, the functionality. Then you worry about the cosmetics, the name, right? That's cosmetic. So neither one of them really liked each other's idea, but Adam tried to play ball. And then Adam said, you know what? I have another idea with the company. And he goes, we bought it for a reason. He said, why don't we let it stand like a standalone boutique? Why don't we let the management there show us what they got? And Nicholas is looking and he goes, huh, I actually like it. And then Nicholas chimed in one little stupid half suggestion. And they came up with a workable plan. Because Nick says, if you come up with something decent, I'll buy you a brownie. Because I think he bought him a cup of coffee the first time. Then I'll buy you a brownie, whatever. So he told Adam, I guess I owe you that brownie. So the two brothers are working together now, which they always could. It's Nicholas and Victoria never want to give Adam a chance, period. And he is twice the business person they both are. Nick is good, but only in his own, if it's something he wants to do. Victoria is good, but then she just gets unreasonably ruthless and very one-sided. Adam is good every way but loose, except then he wants to destroy everything else around him. He takes Victor Newman to a new level. He really does. So anyway, we'll see where that goes. I mean, to me, this is just story waste of time filler. So Victor's supposed to meet Nikki later for lunch. Um, when he brought her to work, he was looking through her drawer and she goes, what are you doing? And he goes, baby, I'm looking for a pen. The name of one of the companies that we just acquired just popped into my head or something, he said. And I wanted to get a pen to write it down. Since when doesn't Victor have a pen in his pocket? Let's be real. So she goes, no, it looks like you're searching my desk, trying to find what, Victor? He goes, that's not it. I was looking for a pen. I'm thinking, okay. So they decide to meet each other for lunch. And she's a bit fidgety. She can't concentrate. So she calls her sponsor. And they now have this sponsor. And I think his name is Seth. I don't know. I didn't memorize it because I'm like, is he going to be a one scene person? But I don't know, guys. I get a funny vibe. That they're getting ready to put him and Nikki together for a minute. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't know. We've had enough of Nikki and Victor breaking up. We don't need it again. Come on, writers. Let's be real. Now, yes, her sponsor can understand what she's going through in a way that Victor can't, but the sponsor also, if he's any kind of sponsor, he's going to respect that and not let that turn into nothing personal, not let Nikki be codependent on him, right? I don't know. We'll see. I just got a strange vibe with that scene. So anyway, he was keeping it real with her. She was trying to snow him up and, gloss over stuff. And he goes, you know what, Nikki, it's me you're talking to. You don't have to lie to me. And she's like, what makes you, he goes, come on. I've been through what you're going through more times than not. I can tell the cover up lie, you know. And so they had a real good talk. She had texted Victor and told him to meet her there in an hour. So, excuse me, Victor shows up and he goes, well, I didn't know you were meeting someone here. And she goes, oh, Victor, this is so, oh, Victor, hi. And I think his name is Seth, stands up and he goes, Hi, I'm Nikki's sponsor, blah, 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 whatever his name is. And Victor looked, oh, really? Okay. Well, I didn't know you were meeting him today. She goes, no, I just called him. We're needed to, I needed to talk. And so he goes, well, sweetheart, you want us to postpone lunch? And he goes, so Seth goes, no, we're done. I'm getting ready to leave, please. So Victor sits down. Seth leaves. Victor sits down and he goes, you've never mentioned your sponsor. You never even mentioned him. She goes, because I haven't had to, Victor. I mean, because realistically, she hadn't been to AA meetings in years. She was just what, 8 days to 5 years sobriety. So, how much of your sponsor do you need to mention? Right? She goes, but I needed to talk to him today. And so he goes, okay, but I'm confused. Then what are you keeping from me? And she says, what are you talking about, Victor? What are you accusing me of? Or are you accusing me of something? And he goes, when I left you this morning, you told me you were fine and that you were coping. So now what happened that you felt the need you need to call your sponsor? Are you hiding how you're really doing from me? And she's just looking at him. And then it made me understand where he was coming from because I thought, well, Victor, falling off the wagon means AA meetings and it means connecting with your sponsor. See, in the past, he never really realized she was connecting with Neil and Catherine. And she told him that. In the past, I've had Neil and I've had Catherine. He would have thought nothing of if Catherine was alive and Nikki was sitting there and they were talking there at the BL Catherine, hey, Neil, my boy, or my man, my buddy, whatever he called Neil, right? But now he sees this stranger and now he realizes, oh, wait a minute. This is a sponsor. This is a person I don't know, right? So anyway, that was just interesting. And I'm thinking, okay, I already see Nikki's going to be pulling away from Victor. They're going to rehash the same old thing. They really are. Okay, now this I don't understand. How many of you are with me? Ashley is having a psychotic break. She is, because we all know Ashley has mental health issues. Oh, now she can't even be in the same room with Tucker. Oh, she sees him. Oh, no. And then she flashbacks to next thing she's gonna remember he threw the glass at her. Because now I'm thinking, girl, every time you remember it, it's worse. What is going on with that? Now, mind you, and Tucker, when she saw him and he saw her, she sat down and he could see like she's getting more agitated. And because Audra's like, well, what's up with her? And he tells her, I don't know why she's remembering it the way she's remembering it, because that's not what happened. And Audra said, but it doesn't sound like you getting physically. He goes, I didn't. He said, sure. I let the glass hit the table and it may have spilled over. And as I was walking by, I pushed the chair out of the way, but I did not throw a glass down and smash it. And I did not throw a chair in a restaurant, right? And so she goes, well, obviously something's got her scared over there. So she's grabbing her purse, she's grabbing her coat, and she's getting ready to leave. And Tucker gets up and he follows her to where the turnstile door, Ashley, by the stairs. And he tries to grab her, don't touch me. And he goes, what is going on with you? What do you mean? Are you truly that afraid of me or terrified of me that you can't even, you're afraid to be in the same room as I am? And he goes, what is going on, Ashley? Don't you dare try to wonder what's going on with what you did to me. And Pete goes, no, Ashley, you are not remembering that right. You're trying to gaslight me. And you were violent. And he's just looking at her. And I thought, Tucker, let me write this script for you, Trevor St. John. right? That's the actor's name. Since you've been back in town, Ashley, you have sought me out. You have been up to my room more times than I can count showing up. So why all of a sudden are you terrified now of being in a room with me? When you've been nothing but alone with me since you came home. As a matter of fact, you sought me out Thanksgiving and you sought me out Christmas. What are you talking about, Ashley? See, I would say, no, girl, I don't know what game you playing. Because see, now after being around me for the 20th time, now all of a sudden you're terrified. I don't buy it. And I don't know why you're doing it. See, he needs to throw that in her face. No. Nobody's buying it. As a matter of fact, Abby was so upset every time she looked around, her mother's with Tucker. So you gonna tell me now you're terrified. Girl, shut up. Get out of here. And then what's even worse, we got Tweedledee and Tweedledum at home. Jack's telling Kyle you being cocky. Maybe Tucker's gonna pack it up and leave. Come on. Kyle's like, he's not gonna pack it up and leave. And Jack is like, yeah, but I don't know, he could be on to you. Because he hasn't taken the bite on that supposed to be top secret project. And he goes, maybe he's just playing coy a bit. He needs a little more time. And Jack's like, no, Kyle, I think he's on to you, which he is, because Audra dimed. Audra dimed on Kyle. She told Tucker everything. Said, yes, Kyle is playing you. Kyle's offered me, to go with him. Now what you gonna do, Tucker? you know, because I side with you every day of the week. You're gonna be the one to come on top or come out on top. And I was like, oh, if I have to deal with for another couple months, Tucker's coming after Jabot. Tucker's coming after Jabot. What are we gonna do? Oh my goodness, God. It's just draining. It's exhausting to me. This whole storyline. Completely exhausting. And I'm sick of looking at it. So anyway, everybody, that's all I got to say that excuse me, that happened today. Now I've got one comment on Comment Corner, and that comment is from Belinda. Belinda says, you're absolutely correct about Lucy and Heather. They are in cahoots trying to break up Daniel and Lily. Daniel knows doggone well Heather is making moves on him, and he loves every bit of it. You're right. You're right. He's a hot, hot mess. As for Phyllis and Christine, I'm so sick of both of them acting like they're in high school. Yuck. Fighting over Danny with his old behind and Danny leading both of them on. I'm so disappointed in the writers going down the same old crappy storyline from years ago. Christine needs to take several seats in the back row because she's still married to Paul. Exactly, Christine, Miss High in Morals, right? Paul's going to come in from Portugal because now Heather and Lucy are back in Genoa City. He moved to Portugal to be with them. Now he's going to come back to Genoa City, and you're still his wife. Sharon had her lip enhancement during the writer's strike. I do remember because she really had a hard time talking, but I noticed she's having a hard time talking again in this last, Friday's episode. Her lips look really nice now. Okay, if you say so. However, now it appears she had her face enhanced because her face looks tight and stiff. I was wondering, I didn't want to say it, y'all. I was going to say, did she have a facelift done or something done to her face? Because it did look, and it wasn't when they weren't moving at all, right? I have to wonder if it's in her contract that she does cosmetic enhancements. It probably is. Because if you notice, the majority of them, because Sharon does not look her age, and neither does Lauren. Oh my God, Lauren's had a bunch of work done. Nikki has not had a whole lot of work done. You could tell. She just hasn't. And good, Nikki. Good for you. Come on now. What's her name? Melanie something or other. Friday's episode was so disappointing with Sharon's dream just so she could break up with Chance. Such poor writing and a waste of time. Ugh. Thanks for your great recap. It was a waste of time. I told you, dream shows I don't even watch because none of it happened. So why waste my time with it? I can't stand it. And I hated it that they did it on Friday. It was just a colossal hot mess. All right, everybody, that's it. That is my daily recap for the young and the restless.